But it's no way to run a country, is it? Just this horse trading over legislation. I mean, we've got enough problems already with crossbenchers calling the shots on important aspects to the way our country's run, and we're going to, into that problematic mix, we're going to throw this panel that only represents a small percentage of the population.
Yeah, quite right. And it all costs money, okay? So politicians inevitably say, what's it going to cost me to get my bill through? And then they pay off that interest. I'm not saying it's corrupt at all. That's just the way it operates. Now, so these new Aboriginal delegates come along and say, well, I would like to do X, Y, and Z. Give me some more infrastructure. Give me another program. Put me on another committee. It doesn't solve problems. All it allow that group to extract a bit more money. And by the way, they've been pretty successful, Aboriginal leaders, in the last 30 years in extracting money. I'd like to have a discussion that says, one, to Aboriginal leaders, what's your contribution to the Commonwealth? Eh? How are your people making common wealth for all Australians and not just asking us to pay the rent? And then two, how come 80% of Aboriginal people are doing just about as well as every other Australian and 20% are not? What is it that's happening to the 20%? Well, pretty easy. They are more cultural. They're sitting on remote areas on collective title, and they need a way out. And you, Aboriginal leaders, are not showing them how you got out. That's what I find most appalling.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the overarching narrative here is that 20% of our Indigenous population either cannot or should not become fully integrated members of our society and become democratically equal to the rest of us. But we're never told why. Why can't they, Gary?
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I think the ideas that should never have escaped universities have now escaped, right? And the big idea is that your race and your culture and your spirituality, you see how the language becomes more and more blown, is more important than your common humanity and more important than our shared humanity, right? This is classic postmodern stuff. It says, now, most important bit of your life, pal, is your Aboriginality. Forget about that we're all human beings and forget about you as an individual. Forget about all that. You're an Aboriginal person. So what do those East Coast academics need? They need identifiable Aborigines sitting somewhere else in Australia. That's your 20%. They're sitting in Northern Australia. They're dying young. But they are the poster children, if you like, of this postmodern madness that says your identity is more powerful than our common humanity, and it also ignores the individual and their weaknesses and strengths, because if you're going to help a poor person, there's only one person who can really help. That's the individual. Ultimately, they're going to have to work it out with assistance, how to go to school, how to study hard, how to hold down a job, and all the rest of it.